just wanted to make a little video and give you some tips on how you can improve and make your post-processing flow a lot easier. And yeah, these are my tips. Sorry, I'm filming on my iPhone. It's easy right now, and that's what you're gonna get, so sorry. Okay, so first tip, number one, is learn your shortcuts on your whatever program you're using. So Lightroom, Photoshop, learn the shortcuts. This may seem like a really obvious tip, but for a long time I wasn't using them, and now they're just second nature for me. So it may seem a bit confusing at first learning I can't even tell you, I just know how they feel on the laptop, and that's how they've become second nature. So it'll seem confusing at first, but then it makes it just so fast for you, so easy. And you can go through culling so fast that way. Number two, make your own brushes on Lightroom. I have developed my own little pack that I use consistently. So I have a dodge brush, a burn brush, color pop, saturation, highlight, desaturation, raising my highlights, lowering my highlights, blah blah blah, and that makes it much faster for me. If you use presets, develop your own presets. That can make it much easier for you. Yeah. Number three. Okay, oh, sorry, that was shaky. Number three, this one is so helpful. By changing your background color on Lightroom, it can make things look completely different. So I like to edit things a bit darker, on the moodier, darker side, and for a long time my background editing color was mid-gray, which I still have. However, my lightbox color, which is when you press F and the picture blows up real big, I'll show that. My background color was always, my lightbox color for the background was always black, and that kind of gave me a skewed way of looking at my pictures. So now I often use a white background, and it helps me see how dark my image is in comparison to the white. So I'll show an example of a picture, an image that would look a lot brighter on a black background, and then showing it on a white background, and that really helps me in my editing. I would probably recommend to keep your editing background mid-gray, just because it's a mid-tone, and that's the easiest to gauge your colors off of, for me personally, I think. And I think that's just an art rule in general. But, you know, different folks, different strokes. Okay, so tip number four, take breaks. This may sound obvious, however, sometimes you just get in that editing flow, you know, when you're doing posts and you want to die because you've been editing for hours, and you get really confused about how things look. If you take a break, you'll often come back to an image and it'll seem completely different. It'll either be way over edited, or you'll think that it was perfect and you're like, I definitely should have done more to this, or whatever. Sometimes, especially because I edit with my RGB curve, colors start to look weird to me. My eyes will get really tired, and the colors won't look right. So let's say I'm editing on the RGB curve, and then I'm making my highlights really blue. I can't see that at a certain point, so then when I come back to it, I'll think wow, those highlights are way too cool, and then I can fix it after taking a break, because different perspective. So that's a good tip. Okay, tip number five. I know this is not practical for everyone, but if you can, I would highly suggest to invest in a tablet. This is the one that I use. Here's a picture, and I love it. It has saved me a lot of pain because I know that editing with a trackpad is horrible, and if you have a mouse, that's much easier, but a trackpad is just the worst. And I'm really meticulous with my editing, and I like to do little tiny things like brighten up certain little itty bitty things that just would be practically impossible just using a trackpad or a mouse. So having a pen and tablet is so easy, and like I said, I know this isn't possible for everyone, but if you haven't thought about it, I would really recommend to invest in it, because it has made my life much easier. And then number six, sorry, that's sign language 6. Number 6 is change your location. So I often edit at home For a while I would edit in my bed. That's not really smart because then you don't get focused. However, I've realized that every time that I will go out to a coffee shop and edit, I get so nervous about everyone watching me that I focus on my editing and I get so like in the zone, and it helps me produce things much faster. So if you can change your location, just change your setting, give yourself a break, and then you'll look at things with a different perspective. Yeah, and those are all the tips that I could think of really quickly off the top of my head. I probably have a lot more, and if so, I may make another video, I don't know, but thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, other things. Put all my information here. Bye.